joining me, and this is a special request video from TC. Hey TC. And TC asked me to talk a little bit about my experience in South Korea and why I chose to come over here. Why am I here? In terms of my experience, I got to Korea last August, the end of August. First, let me say, I came here to teach English. One of my majors was English at Syracuse, and then I enrolled in grad school for humanities, and then I dropped out. So that's a whole nother that's a whole nother video. Truly it is, and I might do that one day. But I have always had a love for writing and expressing myself through oral communication and written communication. And so what led me to choosing this as a career was I was really fed up with just working a job in the beginning of 2012. Yeah, 2012, January. I sat down and with a pen and piece of paper, of course, and I said I need to write down all of my passions. Like, what are all of my passions? And I wrote them down, and I started thinking about it, and I found the career of teaching English abroad. It included, I want to say, like 3 to 5 of my passions. And so I started to look into it more. I took the CELTA course, which I am now certified, CELTA certified. It's given through Cambridge University, and basically it allows you to teach English to adults. Now I'm teaching kids, so and in South Korea, majority of the teachers here do teach elementary, middle, and high school. There are opportunities to teach university, but you know, that's another topic, another video. I don't have any expertise on that. So that is how I ended up in South Korea. I decided I was over it in the States, and I wanted to do something that I felt was exciting and open my eyes to something new. I had traveled abroad before. I studied in Paris for a summer through the Paris Noir program. If you are interested, look that up, Paris Noir, N-O-I-R. Dr. Mays, Dr. Janice Mays runs that. But yeah, so that's how I ended up in Korea. Now my experience in Korea has been an overall very good, very eye-opening experience on the topics of myself and things globally and about America. The people of Korea are extremely nice. I have had no instances where, you know, something negative has happened. From the day I stepped foot in my city, I've always gotten stares because I'm 6 feet, okay? And I've only worn my hair out once, and I got free food because of that. So I might have to start doing that more, but it was when it was warm. Now I'll get to climate in a minute. But yeah, so the people, my city is somebody from the States who had lived here for about 6 years. They just left. They told me that where we live is the equivalent to Alabama in the States. And he said that because if you walk around and just travel about, you'll notice it's a lot of older people, elderly, and there's nothing but farms because there's not a lot of economic boost in this city. All of that, they leave that to Seoul and Busan and Daejeon and Daegu. So, you know, the major cities, they leave that to them, especially Seoul. I have never experienced any city like Seoul in my life. The people, extremely warm, very helpful, patient. Most of the time I talk to people through my cell phone and Google Translate, and I'll just sit there and type it in and show them. I know a little bit of Korean. I don't know, I'm not fluent. I try to pick up on words here and there. I know when somebody's talking about me though. So, you know, I never have that issue. The first 3 months for me were the hardest because I had always felt like a visitor, like a foreigner, a Wegook is what they call you, or they call it Wegook. And I always felt that. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like, you know, I knew I was in a different place. I knew the people were different. I knew I was different. It was just a constant reminder. And really after the 3rd month, something shifted and it was like night and day. And I just felt like I'm supposed to be here. So this is where I am. If you don't understand or you see me and you get startled, because mind you, I am the only person of color in this city. Yeah, I can say that for sure. Now there's a South African guy who lives on the other side of the city, but I am more melanated than him. So yeah, I think I'm the only one in the city. So, you know, of course, me being the only one and then being 6 feet tall, and I don't shrink for people. So, you know, they never seen nothing like me. Okay. But after the 3rd month, it was like, this is where it's at. I'm gonna be here. So if you don't get used to it, that sounds like a personal problem. But I think more so it was a chip on my shoulder that I had, honestly. And I think it just got flicked off. And so after the 3rd month, I could truly begin to enjoy where I was, what was going on. I no longer felt guilty because my boyfriend is in the States. And so I always had a big feeling of guilt because I felt like, you know, I left him and X, Y, and Z and 1, 2, 3. And so I think all of it at one time lifted off of me and I began to be more happy in my situation and where I am in South Korea. South Korea, I tell people who know me, when they're like, oh, how's Korea? I say, you know, I came here under the disguise of teaching, but really my purpose for coming here was something totally different. I'm in Korea for pure solitude. The personal shift, the spiritual shift that I've experienced while being here is something guaranteed I wouldn't have experienced if I was still in the States. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't. Because the environment, the amount of silent time that I have, even at work, like it's like you teach and then you go back to your computer and you do whatever you want to do. It's that lenient. And so I have all of the time in the world to research and to be quiet and to think. So I'm really grateful, and I will always probably say that I found myself in Korea. Climate, okay. It is cold as shit in Korea. Like this winter, luckily I was back in the States on the coldest day. I think it got to either negative 12 or negative 24. It was one of those. And pretty much it is like, Seoul is the coldest. Okay, my city is fairly moderate, thankfully. But we get that Siberia wind and it's like, huh? Then the cement, the buildings are made out of cement. It's no, you know, insulation. They don't do that. No, that's not what time it is. It's like, we're going to build some buildings with some cement. Let's go. And put in some windows and a door. And that's it. And then they have a schedule of when they turn on the heater. So mind you, it was cold in October. Yeah, they didn't want to turn on the heater till December. So I knew people who were like, who turned purple. Like it was bad. It was bad. And I went to school in Syracuse, New York, which is bad. But this is, okay, I've never, ever experienced nothing like this. So, you know, it's cold. It is, and like I have a North Face snorkel. Like I have stuff. Like I had, you know, beanies, sweaters 2 sweaters, thermal, undershirt, everything. And it was still cold. Like your bones were freezing. So, you know, the winter, if you have anemia or something, now the summertime is really nice, but it can also get extremely hot. It was extremely hot one day when we first got here. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. But luckily you might end up in a city whose weather is very, very moderate. Like I said, I ended up to be very lucky, but this weather can really be a hot mess if you don't know what you're getting into. Food. I stopped eating the daily lunch in the cafeteria back in September. I started working here in September. The problem was I can't eat all that rice. I don't want to eat white rice every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now they're like, Koreans are used to it. That's what they eat. Kimchi and rice. Like, they get it down. They get it in, right? And I like kimchi. I like fresh kimchi. I don't like the fermented kind. But I can't eat it every day for every meal. I can't eat it like for every day, every meal. And I even went to a doctor, and the doctor said, you don't eat the rice. Like, foreigners can't handle the rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and dessert. Like, you can't eat it. I can say now I'm a vegetarian, so it has become a bit more challenging for me to eat out. Like, I can make food at home all day. Like, that's nothing. But eating out, Korea, they love pork, they love beef, and they love chicken. Koreans eat chicken more than melanated people. No lie, no doubt. Like, they get it in on chicken. When I first came here, I was like, yo, like, they eat more chicken than like, what? They get it in. If you eat meat, which I would kindly state that you probably shouldn't anymore, but if you do and you choose to continue, you can find any type of meal and pay like $4 or $5 for it. Like, that is the beauty of Korea. I wish they had more vegetarian spots, but you can go somewhere and get like a bowl of like champung. And champung is really a Chinese dish, but they make it here and it's so good. And it's like noodles, and it's like a soup, and it has seafood in it. Another thing, octopus. You will experience moving alive, like a live octopus on your table, and you'll probably witness it dying, which is something I wasn't ready for. They brought a pot in the middle of the table and just like drop them in, and like I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, are we eating this? Are we eating out of this pot? Like, is this dinner? The thing is like moving, like, you know, octopuses, they move slow, like they're graceful, right? This homie was like, hold on, and like it was cruel. It was really cruel, and you know, maybe that was the starting point for my vegetarianism, but I was like, oh no. And then homeboy came over there with a pair of scissors and went to work on the octopus at the table. So you know how you go to like Benihana's, Benihana's, and homie's like, he got the egg and the rice and the vegetables, and he cuts it all up and he makes some fried rice for you. Well, he made cut up octopus pieces for us. And what bothered me really was, like, you know, the head of an octopus is like kind of like oval, and then it has the tentacles. First of all, I'm not eating no octopus because an octopus's tentacles are made to either stick to you or to puncture you. Why am I gonna put that in me? Okay, that's number one. Number two, he takes the octopus with some tongs and like takes the scissors, inserts the scissors in the oval part of the head, and just like cuts. And now it's just strips. Let's get some octopus. Let me get an order of octopus strips. Then he takes the tentacles and bow, and like nobody is fazed. Like, it's like, let's make some confetti. And I was like, oh no. So, your food experience. And then, on the outside of food places that sell the animal, they will have a picture of the living animal. So you'll go to a place that sells beef, and on the outside they'll have like 2 to 4 pictures of a cow grazing in the pastures. Why? Like, the food game in Korea is like, it's so off the chain. It's so off the chain. They are healthy. You know, they eat their fermented foods. They love it. It's a big soup and broth based diet out here, which works very well for me. Since becoming vegetarian, I've lost at least, I don't weigh myself, because I like to weigh myself after a cool minute and be like, oh. I've lost at least 16 pounds within the past 2 months, just from becoming a vegetarian and the soup broth based diet out here, and the uptake of vegetables and the elimination of meat. So that's why I say, if you're trying to lose weight, get rid of the meat. But anyway, so if you're interested in teaching English abroad, oh, this is the other thing. I've invested in the CELTA certification, which is not really cheap. I've invested in, you know, coming to Korea, which I've gotten my rewards, and I'm continuing to get them from coming, so I don't count that. But there are some things that I've learned about the English language, and I've really thought to myself about it lately. And there's a lot of things that I need to change if I want to continue to teach this language, because the way that this language was edited and twisted and reformulated was to assist in a hidden agenda, which is what I believe. Everybody doesn't believe it, but I believe it. And the fact that I'm teaching it, I need to be the master of what I'm teaching. And I no longer choose to help westernize or hell colonize any more people. So I am I'm looking into doing some research and kind of developing a curriculum that is not totally different from what you would expect, but it's totally different from what you would expect. So, you know, if you do choose to use this as a means to travel, because it's a wonderful way to travel. If you want to travel, you get paid to do it. I mean, the housing is free. They reimburse you for your flight. Like, you get benefits. Like, it's a hot deal. It is really a hot deal. If you're tired of the States and you really want to travel, it's a hot deal. However, just be aware that you may come in contact with information that throws you for a loop, and realize that what you're doing is not speaking to who your soul is and your spirit. So if you want to use this as a tool to help you, go for it. I didn't know I was doing it, but I did. However, just be open to what you learn along the way. And if it changes once you find the information out, it's whatever, but you got to the point where you need to be at that time. So I will put the link of the program that I went through. It's called EPIC. The one that's closer to Seoul, where most of the melanated people are at, is called GEPIC. But EPIC has better benefits and is more legit, I would say. And you have an orientation that is about like a week. So you meet the people who are also in your same incoming class the week before you start. It's a very organized way. It's through the government of South Korea, and it's pretty solid. Like, they help you with everything. It's no gimmicks, nothing. So that is a little short synopsis of my experience here and why I came here, what I've learned from coming here. And anyone who is interested in doing it, I have a blog. I just stopped doing it. I did it for a whole semester, and now I'm like, it's other people's turn. But the blog is blackeltabroad.wordpress.com. And I will also put the link below. So I have a blog, and then I also have a YouTube channel with some videos from being out here. If you type in Belta Mia on YouTube, it should come up. And some of the videos I just tape out here are on that channel. But I hope that I gave you enough information, TC, and anyone else who is looking or interested in traveling. And again, there are so many countries who want English teachers. Everybody wants to learn English. So that is my video, and I hope you liked it, and I'll see you later. Bye.